They're like, yo, is G Bush on? They're like, with Earl and Tyvus on the 4th of July now. That just happens when you got 75 shows and they just play the intro. I'm like, okay, well, you know, and we ain't tripping, man. Welcome on into the Barbershop Saturday morning, man. We got a great show planned for you, as always. We want to thank everybody for pulling up for the 4th of July. Hey, listen, a lot of people was looking around. And was like, man, is G Bush coming on today? What's going on with G Bush? He's gonna come on today? Because it is a holiday. You know, we don't be doing no. We know we don't. You know we don't be doing no holidays. Well, we come and give you that. We come and pull up, me and Rosie pull up, and we talk family and we talk with y'all. So we're gonna give y'all an opportunity to pull up and have a great 4th of July. We'll get you in and get you out today in the shop. We're going to line you up, get you cut up, and get ready to go today. We got to talk about some things right now. And this could be one of the most exciting times if you're a Cleveland fan. We've been talking and we've been pushing this hashtag New Cleveland. We've been moving on the internet. We've been having a ground swelling of people that's just ready to see what's going on and ready to see. And the movement has been strictly with the Cleveland Browns because of what the new Cleveland movement is. We got a lot of young, hungry dogs led by Shedeur Sanders, Quinshawn Judkins, Jared Verse, Denzel Boston, Casey Concepcion. Like we got Carson Schlesinger. We got Spencer Fano. We got so many guys, Harold Fenton Jr. We got so many young dudes that is just hungry, that grinded last year. We love the class. Andrew Berry put together another one of them things. And we was going with the youth movement. But boy, oh boy, we didn't think. Well, a lot of y'all didn't think. I've been speaking this thing into existence for a long period of time right now. LeBron James on the move. Everything that I've been hearing points to this man coming back to Cleveland. I'm from the 330. I was born and raised in the shadows of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Boy, right now, we looking to make this thing all the way up. Right now, Cleveland, if LeBron James is able to come back to Cleveland, and we got this movement with these young Cleveland Browns, Cleveland will be the epicenter of the entire sports world. And I believe, as we've been doing so much, it's only right that we do a show on the birthplace of the United States of America. Independence Day. The only place in the world where a black man can pull up and talk his talk and still get his money off. Right here. I'm going to tell you what, bro. Right now, it's the most exciting time to be alive in the city. We're going to talk about it. LeBron could be coming back, and I'm from the 3. I understand. I've been hearing all kind of stuff. I've been tapering my expectation levels. But my phone been going crazy, G. Bush, you see Brown was over here. He from Canton. He from Akron, I'm from Canton. I got and covered him when I was back in 2016. Matter of fact, I should have showed you my championship ring. I got it. Matter of fact, we might have to do that. We got to get that together one day. I got it. Rosie, you know where that's at. You know where it's at. Can we see that? Maybe Rosie would be so gracious to go get that for us sometime in the show and show it. But let me see. We gonna have a tremendous show. Shedeur, LeBron, same city, Coach Prime, same place, same time. Oh, We outside. We got to get to it right here. You know what it is. It's the barbershop. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day in the building. And make sure y'all out there, man. Hey, keep safe. I need y'all to come back from the weekend with all your appendages. Hey, stay safe. Don't be out here doing too much in the middle of the street. Don't be doing no extra with these fireworks. Get you a sparkler. Get you a little something to drink and go sit down. We want y'all to be in one piece when you get back over here. But we got a great show planned for you today. We're gonna cover the LeBron James situation. It's LeBron watch. He's been spotted in camp. He's been spotted in Akron. He's been in all kind of stores. He was spotted at a karaoke bar the other day. We'll tell you why this is a big thing for the city and how this is a perfect storm right now. It's a perfect storm right now. Are you serious? We about to get to that. Plus, Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, tooling up. The quarterback competition is getting ready to go. And we're going to get to that as well. Because I'm going to let you know the way I put myself in camp mode. I had to put myself in camp mode. So a lot of the media is just now coming around to it. But this is where it gets real, boys and girls. It gets real in the streets. Because now all of that talk, all that extra stuff that people was doing before, all that stuff is out the window. All that stuff is out the window now because now we into the position where training camp is coming, guys is ready to start with practice, and guys is ready to get it going. By the way, I'm going to throw this up here really quickly before we get into our stuff. Give people an opportunity to see this. Training camp schedule. As you can see, this is the Cleveland Browns training camp schedule. A lot of people reached out to me and said, G. Bush, when you going to be at camp? When you going to be at camp? You going to be at camp? These are the open, available practice days at camp. If you are an individual who wants to get out there, right? The practice dates are subject to change, but for the most part, we're looking at it from a perspective of training camp practice. There you go. Thank you. We'll get that. So here's the great thing about this. Practice July 31st on a Friday. All the gates open at 12:30. Cool thing about this is practice is open to the public. And so I expect there to be a lot of people out there. If you are a person that is thinking about coming up, pulling up, these are the dates. Friday, July 31st. All practice time started at 1:30 p.m. but they could change. So you got Friday, Saturday. Those are the first 2 days of practice that'll be open. So what I'm thinking about doing is how we gonna roll with this, and I'm still trying to tentatively talk about this with Rosie. I'm tentatively speaking. I'm tentatively speaking for Earl and Tyvis because obviously they got other things going on. But the plan is for me to be able if the gates open at 12:30, I got time that I could get out there a little bit after UCSS. So Friday the 31st, boom, we pull up. I could be out there. Saturday, what I plan on doing is possibly going to practice, shooting some stuff and getting some visuals or whatever on Saturday. And then after practice, we come back to the studio and we drop some stuff. I do the live stream on Saturday. So if we're going to do those, I will let you guys know in advance. So you'll be watching the barbershop in the morning and you're looking for the 9 o'clock joint. I'm thinking that what we might do is just wait till after. And then after camp, we'll be able to deliver, you know what I'm saying, some great content. So that's what we're looking for. Tuesday, August 4th, they'll be out there. And then you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's where the biggest stretch comes, right? If you're going to get out there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that's the dog days of summer. So if you think about it, actually it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So with that being said, I'll probably pick a couple of those days to get out there. We'll figure it out because I would need to leave UCSS, then go out to practice, and then after practice, I would need to do some other things because you got to think about it. On Wednesdays, we got the final cut. So we might try to do something where we can, I would like all of us to be out there so we can see it and do the final cut. And so let's see. And then you got the 11th, the 12th, and let's see, the 11th, the 12th, 8th, 11th, and 12th is the last couple of days. So this is the practice schedule. If you're thinking about doing it, make sure you check this out. And we'll definitely be out there. And we'll figure out what we're going to do in terms of content around that. Right. So here you go. We got, see, this is what I told him. See, I told him I was just going to show you. You see it, right? Can we show it to him? Camera, don't be playing with me. How come they don't be doing that? Here we go. Here we go. I can't be seeing it. I'm having. So if you can see it, there's the Cavs championship ring. You see it. So what we trying to do, what we trying to get done, is we want another one of these. We want another one of these. Talking about, man, come on, man. That's what we talking about. And we got LeBron pulling up. You know what I'm saying? It's all about trying to get that. It's visible when you keep your head around, G. So, when I'm looking at this and a great opportunity that presents itself, that LeBron James is coming back. It's a perfect storm. You got Nike in the building. Shout out to the Nike athletes. You got Prime in the building. You got Shedeur in the building. You got King James in the building. And right now, it's getting ugly out here in these streets. Because now that energy level is ratcheted up. That energy around the city is buzzing. Buzzing. But let me start off with this. Here we go. Let me start off with this. Thank you, Rosie, for going to get that. Let me start off with this. I want to go in a different, before we get to those things, I want to get to this. Boog was on, and shout out to Boog. He was talking about something earlier in an interview. And he had a great interview. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Make sure you check it out. He gave me some very high praise, and I'm appreciative of his kind words, right? So what I wanted to do is, during this week, I wanted to reflect on what we've done and how we go about communicating what we do in the media. And I want to show you the reason why you are the way you are. I want to show you the reason why that I put so much time, energy, and effort into the way I go about cultivating these ideas and doing these shows. And it's not because I'm just some special person. It's because of the foundations and principles that come with being an athlete. And I'll say that to say this. This offseason and for the last 6 months, the thing that we've seen in terms of the way things have been covered is a general lack of respect for what it takes to be a world-class athlete. The way the news is covered, if you notice, the way people is talking about Jaylen Brown is a microcosm of the way and why the media and athletes are at odds. Because when you're battling decades of systematic privilege. Decades of systematic privilege. When you say Jaylen Brown was traded because he thinks he's the smartest person in the room, well, no disrespect, he is smarter than you. He did go to Cal Berkeley. No disrespect, he does TED Talks. He thinks, no, he probably is. And that is the level of, remember, I told people like this before. Oh, here you go on Independence Day, G. Bush. Here you go. I told y'all before. Shut Up and Dribble just didn't die. Shut Up and Dribble just didn't go away. They just refused that it was a faux pas and you couldn't say it no more. But the attitudes expressed by people who used to say, shut up and dribble, still permeate the way the stories is taken. How is it being too smart? How you gonna say you too smart for your own good? Huh? What are you talking about? You might want to tread lightly. No, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all. You know? So Boog said something, right? And I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole and we're gonna get to it. And then I'm gonna show you with work, because that's what we plan on doing here. Show your work. Show your work. So first of all, shout out to Boog, and just follow me along here.
So the Cleveland media has been a trip, to say the least. But someone in that Cleveland media who's held it down, who I think is giving everybody a fair shot, G. Bush, man. Like, yes, shout out to G. Bush. Like,
one word, authenticity. He's a guy who's so authentic, and so you can tell when black men are confident in who they are and they embrace who they are. And he's one of them guys. He know who he is, and you know he don't need validation. He don't need outside validation for who he is as a man, as a person, first and foremost. Right. And I think that translates into the way he approaches his professional life. He's been more than great, and that's what I think. And again, that credit him, that helps him in journalism and professionalism and those things because of who he is as a man first. You know, when you're dealing with losing mentalities and those insecurities bleed out more than ever when you're dealing with that type of mindset. But think about it, most of the guys that are real critical and just, you know, refuse to see the good, always want to see the bad, those are guys who just, you know, they just, I don't look at them as real. They're not, I don't think they're strong men. And you've been a sucker all your life, and now you got to, you know, and now you need validation.
You know what's so crazy about this is shout out to Boog. Somebody sent me that. I didn't really even actually see it, but I'm going to show you why. Because for me, I am a person who believes in it's all about talking about it or it's about being about it. And when you watch people put that work on, when you watch when people put work in and they doing it in some retreat and they hiking and they gotta get down. They gotta put work in. They gotta move around. Let me tell you this. Let me show you something. When you have to, when that's the type of energy you gotta realize something. If you're gonna be speaking on that, I gotta feel as a player, as a former player, as a former anybody, if I'm gonna be speaking about that, I got to be about that. Let me give you an example right here. Deshaun Watson is coming back, right? Deshaun Watson said he's coming back to practice to throw for a week at the facility. Now you can decide who you want to be quarterback or who you think gonna be the quarterback, BC, but I'm held to a different responsibility because I understand what it is about that work. We care about your work as a former football player. So no matter if I think Deshaun Watson is good, bad, or indifferent, you know what I gotta respect is he come back and put the work in. And what I'm trying to do is change minds of people who for a whole 6 to 8 months was running around. Let me just keep it a buck. for 6 months, 6 to 8 months, people just made up anything they wanted. Think about that. Think about this. No. No. Yeah, it's easy to pull up now, and it's a couple of weeks before camp, and now everybody got cooler heads to prevail. So when you see everything that you predicted did not come to pass, everything that you said did not happen, none of it happened. How is it acceptable? How is it? For 8 months, we let people just make it up. Made up. Seriously. Remember when they said they're going to have a whole new quarterback room? That never happened. Who told you that? When we was supposed to get Ty Simpson, when people was putting their names next to people that were never in contention. Never Kyler Murray. There has not been one iota of interest in Kyler Murray, Anthony Richardson, Malik Willis, none of them. And for 8 months, and then the last fiasco was nasty work. I don't know how you figured this was going to work. I don't know how you thought this was going to work, but the level of just the strictly made up trade rumors, was the nastiest work. You just made up. People was looking like, come on, man. This is what we doing? You just made it up for 8 months. And now you want me to come back and say, oh, no harm, no foul. Everybody level-headed today. And all of a sudden, everybody, oh, yeah, that was, nothing here to see. No, not happening. But let's get to this. This is where I'm going with the work.
The optics of this, because I told you yesterday, I thought the impressive part for myself is that it at least seems like he's taking it serious. I didn't know that with certainty up until this little stretch here, where now he's coming in the time that he's guaranteed to be off. Like there's a part of me with Deshaun that, although I know it's not a farce, it's a very real competition. He believes he needs to do work in order to get out ahead of Shedeur Sanders. That's what this tells me more than anything. He knows he's got to put in the work. He can't just show up and beat Shedeur. And so I think there's a serious nature to this that I think he's starting to take this with, and I do respect it. I don't think it's going to matter in the long run, and I don't think he's going to win the job in the long run, but I do like that.
I think that he realizes he's not the same player he used to be.
Yes.
And so he has to, again, no one has ever questioned his work ethic or putting in the work, all those type of things when it comes to Deshaun Watson.
Right.
All right. The easy thing, he could have easily pocketed the 230, and that's that, right? So I will give him his credit in that regard. The workout season videos, I just don't care. I really do not care what these guys are doing as far as posting their workouts on social media. I do care that they're working out because that, by the way, that's what he should be doing. So why should I be sitting here praising a guy for doing what he's supposed to be doing or what he should be doing in his free time?
Okay. So we setting something up here. The way I think about it, though, is you would only know if you was there. Let me talk to you real quick. This is why when Boog say that about about me, game recognized game. Let me see this. Let me get this. Here we go. Here we go.
Got you, I ain't gonna bash your funny. Ready, go!
That's that work. That's that work.
Go. Come on, coach.
That's that work.
I'm taking the stroll and park that shit right there.
Let's go. That's that work. That's what I listen. We only care about your work. You see what I'm saying? Nah. No. Respectfully, Daryl, this is what it's about. Respectfully, this is the only thing that really matters. Of course, I want to see your work. Of course, we got to see the work because that's what it's about. See, that work that you're doing builds character. Here's the great thing about it. Here's what I believe. I believe that you got to have some monicum of work that you put in so that when you say something about another person, you got the cachet to say it and know people mean it. They got to know that your standard of when you going to say something to somebody is a different standard than everybody else's standard. You know why? Because you understood what they understood. See, it's easy for me to sit up in these air-conditioned places in my comfort of my studio and get real specific about what somebody ain't. I believe you got to earn that. And to earn that, I feel like you got to be uncomfortable. I feel like you got to know what they done been through. See, I'm in a unique position. I done been on the men's and coming back. I done had 17 surgeries. I've been on the men. So I know what Deshaun Watson's mindset is. I've been a dude like Shedeur Sanders who, guess what? People counted you out. G. Bush ain't going to do nothing. Who is this guy? I've been an unknown dude. I showed you the tapes. I showed you state championships, and they said, where you? I didn't play on that one. I didn't play till a week before my year. That's why when he say perfect timing, I understand it intimately because I didn't had some of the same timing work out for me. So what I did is I said, okay, G. Bush, yeah, boy, shout out to you. I appreciate that. But what makes that jump is this. What makes that jump is this. You to wake up and say it ain't good enough. You gotta keep going, man. Yeah, show your work. Show your work. Sometimes you got to return back to your old stomping grounds. And the thing about this turf out here is unforgiving. This turf don't care nothing about what your problem is. Don't care about how much money you make. Don't care about nothing about what people saying on the internet. You know what they care about? Nothing but touching that line and getting back. Sometimes you got to realize the biggest thing standing in front of you is you. Come on. Let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Let's go. So for me, when I see Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson running, what I'm telling myself is, oh, you critiquing people today? Well, let's put yourself in a situation to understand how they move and how they feeling and that work. See, it's easy to sit at home with the AC on, but I want to feel what they feeling when that camp coming around. When it's 100 degrees, what you doing? I want to see it. That's the reason why I can't say no corny stuff. This right here makes it impossible for you to say something corny. You know why? Finish strong. Through that line. Yeah. That's the way to finish strong. Let's go. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. Finish that joint strong. Woo! Let's go. Season coming. Season coming. Who ready? Season coming. Let's get it going. Finish strong. Through that line. This ain't for the gram. It's not for the gram. This for the real ones. I need another one. Let's go.
Nah, bro. Nah, fam. Nah. We need to see it. This not bigging up and just saying, okay, well, okay, G. Bush, you was running. So what? No. It's the principle behind it. You got to put yourself in a situation. See, if you ain't never been there, you ain't never done it, you ain't never been uncomfortable, it's easy to sit here and say you don't care nothing about what they doing. That's the point I'm trying to make. The difference between a regular person and a person that is holding themselves to a different standard is you gon' make sure you do it.
Finish through that line. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Push yourself. Summer here. Where the real dogs at? Yeah, they're telling you can't get it. You're done. You're finished. We just started. We just started. Some cats out here wish they could be walking. Some people in wheelchairs. Some people can't even be in the sun. Got breathing problems, asthma issues. Maybe they wish they could run like this. The Lord done blessed you. Let's keep cooking. I got some money to get. We gotta get some money out here, bro. Light bill need paid. Mama and dad ain't working no more. Huh? I'm out here still able to run. Still able to move. We need a down back for all the cats that can't get the down back. For everybody that can't get it down back, I got you.
This important. It mattered. It mattered.
It's a beautiful day to get some money. I just came to show y'all that when you putting that work in, can't take it away. You know why? Because that work is done by yourself. You see somebody else out here? Huh? Where everybody out? Where everybody at? You win when ain't nobody looking. When everybody at work, you out here. There's levels to this. Respect that work. Only thing we care about is your work. That's what we respect. We respect that turf. Everybody that's tell you can't get it. Go get it. Go get it. Take that step. You ain't got to do it like this. Small habits. But you got it. That promotion coming. That blessing on the way. Y'all gonna be prepared for it? You ready to accept it? You gonna have your mind right? Your business right? Your spirit right? Because sometimes when that blessing coming, you got to get your body in order, your mind in order, your team in order for you to fully blossom and see what that is. Like bars, man. G. Bush do it, you can do it too.
That wasn't, we ain't just doing no promo. And speaking of promo, we got to show love where love is due. Thank you, Rosie, for sending me this. Where we at? Let me see where we at. Let me get my joint together. Yeah, hold on. There we go. Let me put this up here. Make sure y'all go check that out. Man, shout out to Dukes the Scoop. Philip Dukes. He had that great interview earlier with Boog, man. Make sure you go out and you follow that man on Twitter. Make sure you following Boog on Twitter. Make sure you checking that interview out in its entirety. Make sure you support that and continue to support people's content, man. So that interview was great. Make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you subscribe and follow him on Twitter. They had some really great stuff. They talk about fatherhood. They talked about a lot of stuff, man. Like that's the kind of conversations we need in these streets. We need these type of conversations, right? And like I said before, shout out to Boog and shout out to Coach Prime and shout out to everybody out there, even some of the younger the streamers who they showing love to. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to show no love to us. We independent media. They don't have to show no love. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to that interview, Philip Dukes. We appreciate him. He had to sit down with Boog. He talked about Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders. Make sure you go check out that joint right here. And like I said, that was earlier. I shot that earlier in the week. You know, moving around and different things like that. And what I wanted to do is I shot that after we went to do the Emmys. And something told me for myself, I was looking at it from a perspective of, yeah, the Emmys is cool, but it's about the real deal Holyfield. The Emmys is cool, but it's all about what matters to you. And I ran across this thing from Shedeur Sanders that really is crazy because, man, it's funny. Sometimes God will be bringing you through something in a metamorphosis, and he'll bring to you something that another person is going through, right? And it'll hit you. You're like, dang, it just pulled up. And it just so happened to coincide what I was talking about. It was about what is really truly important in life. It's about it's the difference between what people think is important or actually is important. And Shedeur had a great quote, and you could tell he's been reflective on the journey that he's been on. And it all kind of coincides with one another.
People in life be in like good situations and don't feel good, or they don't be in the best situations but could feel better than the person that's in a great situation. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even really about what situation you're in, honestly. It's about like what you think in your mind and what's your reality, and not living the reality of the world. But that's like, I read text, scripts, everything, like to make me like, bro, don't like worry about what this world is consist of when it comes to like values and stuff like that. Look at things differently. Knowing everything don't really matter. But what matters is like your purpose in life, like what you're on this earth for.
So when Boog is saying that, right, it resonates because it's not about what other people's thought process is about you. I mean, you start to realize like all this stuff is temporary. All of this stuff is cool. Like, it's okay. But everything you own right now, some other person gonna own it. Whether it's your car, your house, your material things, that's gone. You ain't never gone. One day I was out there running around, right? One day I thank God, after all the stuff that happened with football and all this stuff and the surgeries, by the grace of God, I'm able to go out there and do it and still run. But one day I ain't gonna be able to do it. One day I'm gonna wake up and I might not be as sharp as I am. One day I might wake up and I might be forgetful. One day I might wake up and don't know and don't understand and don't have the energy level that I did. Everything is fleeting. The only thing that matters is what you did with that 80 or so years that he gave you. And when he give you them 80 years and you got to stand in account for the time you got on this little blue rock, the only thing he gonna ask you is, did you do a good job? Did you maximize what I gave you? Did you do it to the fullest of your ability? Did you do it without complaining? Did you do it? Was you always talking about what somebody else got? Because all the people, the naysayers, just think about it. Think about this. You see me every single Saturday on these airwaves or on Wednesday on wherever I'm at. Think about what he just said. What the world think about don't matter. let me ask you a question. From the time that he got on the football field when he was here, all of the naysayers, all of the he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't this, he's that. What did it mean? He's still sitting right here with the opportunity in front of him to be the franchise quarterback. And not one single thing that they said came to pass. Not one. They say, G. Bush, why don't you get mad at your colleagues, or why you be mad, or why don't you, how can you sit there with levels of calm? Because it's easy to be calm when you're looking at a person's your prediction rating and it's a 0. They talk about EPA. I just keep telling them about, nah, it ain't EPA. Is, do you really get anything correct? Everything that you said from every single outlet has been factually incorrect. And we stand here today like this. It's the same thing we did. What changed since the Cincinnati Bengals game? I ask you. Oh, I forgot the coach is gone. Okay. But what changed? It just goes to show you, when people is talking, that sound good. You could talk all you want, but you can't talk nobody out no work. You can't talk your way out of nothing. And I realize that I only respect people that's gonna talk. If you talk and I know you putting the work in, I'll listen to you. But if you can't do and you can't comprehend, what are we paying attention to? Why would I be upset at somebody who don't understand what you understand? That means, what are we doing here? Case in point, I'll show you this. I keep going. I'm just letting y'all know, just letting you know. It just goes to show you what is different from what I just told you and how we moving. And now all of a sudden people is coming around being like, how are you flabbergasted? How are you looking confused when I keep telling you, and we've all told you, the organization been already told you that they like what he was going to be. But you just kept saying the opposite.
You know, another part of this is, are you trading Shedeur Sanders when there's not much market for him? I wouldn't think. Like, what are you getting back for Sanders? I know you mentioned Brissett, but just like in a vacuum, what are you getting back? And is that worth, giving him up if you do like him? And I have no indication that the Browns don't like him. I think Andrew Berry really likes Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken has said good things about him. So,
see, this is where the cognitive dissonance comes in. They didn't get real sane. They didn't really start understanding nothing until it was already too late. Until they had to exhaust every opportunity in their mind to find an alternative. And now that they are sitting here with 2 weeks left, think about it. They went from Sorsby, a gambling addict. They openly advocated. The NFL had to be like, y'all doing way too much in Cleveland. We're going to sit him. The CFL had to be like, nah, bro, you're going to sit down for a year. Then the very next day when that was off the table, they came and said, oh, I got trade rumors. I'm hearing the dish shop of Shedeur. Listen, this is crazy work. But you had to exhaust all opportunities because you don't know what you're looking at. You're waiting for somebody to tell you what you're looking at. And this is why you sit here and be like, wow, so they really do like him? Well, if you would have been listening, they've been saying it the whole time. Continue on. I'm just saying, let's go.
I think Andrew Berry really likes Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken has said good things about him. So it feels like this is year 2. He played okay at the end of last year. There were signs there. There were glimpses of potential. Why would you bail on him now? Unless he had a terrible offseason, and everything that the organization says was that he did not have a terrible offseason, that he was in the building a bunch.
Why would you bail on him unless he had a terrible offseason? The organization said he had a great offseason. This is my point. How is it that we are in a place in time where a coach can tell you something point blank, period? The owner can say it, and you say, I'm going to disregard it and say what I want with no evidence. There's been no evidence that Shedeur Sanders has. There is not one piece of evidence you can point to that says he did not have a great offseason. But the only way you'll come to that conclusion is when you're forced. They got to force you. They got to force your hand and say, look, ain't nobody showing up. And you look disappointed by it. You look disappointed. It's a little disappointment. There ain't nobody showing up to save you.
Bail on him now, unless he had a terrible offseason, and everything that the organization says was that he did not have a terrible offseason, that he was in the building a bunch, and that he got better, and I watched him get better.
I watched him get better.
The offseason program progressed, where I think it's a real close competition with Deshaun Watson.
8 months we let him make it up. Well, we didn't let him do nothing. Y'all didn't let him do nothing either. They didn't. It's certain people done waved. They didn't fair cut. Y'all didn't. They didn't wave the white flag. All right, I'm done with these folks. I give it to them. Yeah, listen. And by the way, when they quote you, listen, I told every single compadre, every single media member that I told you, all of them, I said, listen, guys, this different. Go back and watch. I've been consistent. I told them, this is different. You're not going to be able to get this one off. Yet this ain't Deshaun Watson. Stop. This not going to, no. This not Johnny Manziel. This is not Baker Mayfield. This is not Odell Beckham Jr. This is not Jarvis Landry. This is not Myles Garrett to a certain extent. They're not going to play. They're not going to play with y'all. They're not going to sit up there and let you do the games that you do by you doing this little innuendo game. See, now everything I be saying, it be factual. Remember when I started to say the reason this game started to get switched is because during COVID, players decided we could carry our own content. They got smart. Everybody was at home. Everybody went home and something happened. When we went home and COVID happened and we saw people leaving up out here left and right, and you was quarantined and you was questioning life, you know what people started to do? They started to think for themselves. Athletes started to be like, hold on. Why would we be letting these journalists carry our legacy? Why do we got to wait for them to write articles? Why are we waiting on any of this stuff? Why don't we just get a microphone, get a camera, talk to each other, and put our own content out? Game was changed forever. That old stuff that sailed. Everybody in the world picked up a microphone, and all of a sudden, people like me who lived on the fringes of, hey, let's do some content and create content. Those peoples started to rise. They started to shift, and it began to have this is why they call them influencers. And then it was already starting to get that way with reality TV. But it got to a point that people and fan bases started to feel more confident in what independent people were saying from the traditional people. And once you had that, the game changed forever. So when we talking about this, the game happened in a 6-month period of time. And a lot of what the pushback was, and I told them, ain't nobody refuted what I said. Who said I was lying about something? I told all of y'all that. Everybody know. You put a name to it, I told everybody. I'm in every group chat. I said, they ain't gonna do it like that. It's not gonna work that way. Not gonna work that way. Especially when it was people was running around talking about DEI stuff. I said, oh, this ain't gonna work. This not gonna work out too well for y'all. They're not gonna play with y'all. And so the thing is, the pushback that you was having has nothing to do with any of that other stuff. It got to do with its accountability now. Now, it ain't no such thing as no editorial paper where you write something and nobody has a voice. When you write something, you got to stand on it. When you write something and say something, you get crazy in the comment section. My question is, that's part of the territory. You can't be in this game. You can't be in this game and you telling me you don't want to you don't want to get scratched up. We understand that. When you sign up to play football, it's not if you get injured, it's when you get injured and how often. It's part of the game. You got to take that hit. So why is it that it's fair game for athletes to take the hits and owners to take the hits and coaches to take the hits and sometimes even a fan to take the hit, but you sensitive because somebody somewhere in a comment section called you out? Well, you ain't fit for the crown then. You're not fit for the game. Maybe this game ain't for you. Because athletes already know intimately, I'm a public figure. It is what it is. If I make a play, I'm going to get. Kendrick Lamar said something. He said, I want all the credit, whether I'm winning or I'm losing. That's crazy. That's wild. I want all the credit for a win or the loss. That means when we take an L, that's on me. And I'm standing on business. Whatever come with it in the comment section. Whatever come with it. Right? But you can't have it both ways. In the word of Mr. Marlowe, he said, you wanted to be one way, but it's the other way. Right? Here's also what I'm telling you, and I'm showing you. I'm showing you this. Right? I'm showing you this, right? This is why when Shedeur says don't worry about what the world is saying, shout out to Coach Prime too. See, this is why I show Coach Prime love, because he's sitting here in the same level of respect and the same level of how he just breaking bread. He's the same way with regular individual podcasters like me or Jalen Ramsey. And what he doing is so strategic. Coach Prime be having y'all messed up. He went ahead and he let Jalen Ramsey tell it. He said, no. You let Jalen tell you. And this part hits different. Jalen Ramsey is talking about how he goes about diagnosing. We'll get to my main takeaway when I come away from this. This is Jalen Ramsey at Coach Prime's camp.
The Browns, they came out in the lot. It was Judy on one side, and he was going to run a bang route. And I was sitting. I was at safety. I played safety that game a little bit. I was sitting on the route. I probably may have backpedaled once, but I'm talking about, I was ready to go this. I was thinking, I'm about to kill Judy if he throw this bang route. So my corner on the left side, I'm like, yo, play it heavy outside. Make him throw the bang route. Play it. He knew though. He knew also. So he was reading too high. He knew. He didn't really see no movement from us after that, and that's why it's so important. You got to be on all. Like I'm thinking, man, I'm on my P's and Q's. But he was on his P's and Q's on the other end. Like, okay, I see them in too high, and they ain't showing me nothing. They ain't showing me no type of pre-snap disguises or nothing. Like, so he knew. So he was looking at Judy, and ended up slipped out of the breaking. But he knew, so he ended up pumping it. My corner did fly high, so he didn't have his progression route, and then he ended up just throwing up something that play, but just going through like all of it. I told him like, man, I saw that coming. This is what I was looking at. And he was like, yeah, I saw it too, and that's why I didn't throw it, and that's why I didn't throw my second progression route. And then by the time we got to the third and fourth progression, before it was a sack, he threw it up.
Now you see Coach Prime over there sitting there, right? You see Coach Prime over there sitting there like this. I'm gonna let my young dog tell it. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just sit here and talk. I'm gonna let my young dog talk. This right here, this tucked everybody in for bed. This right here tucked people in the bed in the industry so tough. See, I be on both sides. I do the independent. I do a little bit of everything. I stay working, you know what I'm saying? But let me just tell you something. This right here tucked everybody in for bed. When this clip came out, let me tell you what, chat. Let me tell you what. It was over. It was done. Behind the scenes, they said, we don't want no more. After this, they could no longer, they walked it all the way up. They walked it all the way up to a point where it was a point of no return. And what I mean by that is, once you still keep claiming, so-and-so don't know this, so-and-so don't know that, so-and-so don't know this, so-and-so don't know that, right? Late on reads, late on this, late on this. Let me just tell you what the next step was. I'm telling you, the next step was this. So you so adamant on that. Let me pull up a play and let me see what you say about it. What coverage was this right here? What technique was he running right here? What is the progression read that the quarterback is looking at? When he said he was running a bang eight, what does that mean? If a linebacker is in a hook zone, how do you diagnose what the curl to flat read is? Seems like in this play, can you tell me who called the protection out? Was it slide protection? Did they keep the back in the backfield? Was it turn back protection? Who's the quarter? See, now that would have been a problem because it diagnoses what I've always talked about from Jump Street. There's an unwritten rule amongst people in the industry that you don't show anybody up. Even if I know you didn't watch the game, I shouldn't tell people I know for a fact you didn't watch the game, right? If you in a position and you are an analyst, and I feel like you don't even know what we just saw or seen, I ain't supposed to jump out there and be like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Because to be perfectly honest, that derails when you're doing a professional job. Your job is not to be argumentative. Your job is to be a person that fits into a piece or a place to deliver a product that a company is paying for. I keep trying to tell people it's a difference between wherever you at. So a lot of people say when you got somebody and you talking and you say, well, you should have told them this, that, and the third. That's not your job at that place. At that point in time, a company is paying you to deliver a product. And if I derail the product by throwing a whole grenade into the room, that ain't what they paid for. They paid for a cohesive product. Because when you're on national TV or you wherever you are, and you got somebody who come on and they're looking like, what is this guy doing? I just got ambushed, right? So let me get a distinction. That's why I always tell people it's about having independent content, right? What I say on my platform, I say on my platform. I own it. I own the rights. I own the logos. I own everything that I'm saying, because everything that I'm saying, I can back up and I know how to articulate that. But when it gets too far and you have an all-pro cornerback saying, hey man, I was planning on trying to bait Shedeur Sanders. I told my safety to get outside leverage. And he wouldn't throw it because he understood what I was trying to do. So your narrative about you saying he don't understand, it becomes detrimental to you. Because after a certain point, you're going to say, well, you so adamant on it. Well, you tell me what's happening on this play. Explain it. Why is the most devastating question that anybody could ever get posed back to them? Don't do a lot of talking. Don't do a bunch of extra. Just say why. If you know so well that he don't know what he's looking at, that means you should be able to explain to us what you're looking at, correct? How can a calculus teacher grade a calculus student's paper if he only knows trigonometry? Can you be a calculus teacher? No, you have to actually know calculus in order to grade calculus, right? See, but we got a bunch of remedial people that don't know no mathematics. They got multiplication tables, but these guys are speaking in high-level scientific terms, algorithms. There's a difference between football knowledge, and let me tell you something. When I was on Final Cut, even Tyvis said this. He said, I play defensive back. My job is to watch the quarterback. My job is to watch the quarterback and understand what he's seeing. He said, but I was in a 20-minute car ride and I asked Cardell Jones, former NFL player, won a national championship from Cleveland. He said, I spent 20 minutes with him in the car, and some of the stuff he was saying had my mind blown. Now, that's Tyvis. So think about the levels to this. Think about this. This is why I get hot sometimes. So we got G. Bush. I ain't played nobody's college. Nobody's pros. I won a national championship, 2 state championships. I'm all Ohio. I'm in my high school Hall of Fame. I'm 3-year letterman at a Division I college. But there's levels to it. Even my knowledge stops here. That's why I have to do so much more extra to get up to here. And it's by the work and watching and going to talk to people. Then you got Tyvis, who played in the NFL for multiple teams. Analyst for Big Ten Network. Then he is here, but then a quarterback right here told him something and had his mind blown. Now think about it like this. It go Tyvis. So just do the math. Is G. Bush, Tyvis, Cardell Jones, right? And then where the heck you think Coach Prime is? Coach Prime way up here in the stratosphere. Hall of Fame, high school coach, Division I college coach, greatest defensive back of all time. And then where is Tom Brady? Because he up. You see what I'm saying? I'm showing you my work and the levels to it. So pardon me when Lil G Bush is down here and I got to bust my tail. I got to be looking at film all the time. I got to be calling people like, hey, bro, I don't know what coverage they got back here. This is make-believe. So what do you think I'm going to say when people is down here? They below G Bush. And they ain't really even watching this stuff. And you going to say he can't read defenses. We can't do it. We can't do it. We just can't. Because what we're going to have to then do is say, well, okay, you tell me what he's doing then. What's the cover 2? What's the cover 3? Show me what the steps is on a zone play. Show me what the outside leverage is on when you're playing corner. When Jalen Ramsey came off and said this right here, the industry changed because it was a line in the sand. Because if you kept saying that he don't know what he's looking at, people were going to say, okay, if he don't know what he's looking at, well, what do you know? You educate me then. And that was not a good look. I'm just saying, that wasn't going to look good. I'm going to let you know right now. It wasn't going to look good. Speaking of, hit that subscribe button, bro. It's free. Hit the QR code, bro. First and foremost, man, if you don't know, bro, I don't know if you ain't known by now. This the best content in the game right now. And I don't say it just to say it. I say it because we back it up. We give you the most diverse content. We give you merchandise. We give you members only. We give you free giveaways. We give you music. We give you Final Cut. We give you Top 5. We give you the barbershop on Saturday. We give you film review. We give you restaurant reviews. We give you behind the scenes at the R&B Awards, behind the scenes at the Emmys. There is nobody in the game putting out as much content as the barbershop. Period, point blank. And we continue to do that. So if you want to be a part, stop playing around, because guess what it's going? We got behind the scenes in training camp coming. Don't be late. It's 1,400 people in here. And guess what? We don't take no days off on those Saturdays. It's Saturday and it's the 4th of July. And we ain't even cooking outside. We cooking right now. Speaking of, we just keep continually putting this work in. It's about your work again. Y'all want to win something? We giving away another t-shirt. Scan that QR code. And then all you got to do is put in 4, because it's the 4th of July. We giving it away on the 4th. The number 4, 4th of July. That's the code word. Put the number 4. And if you want to win a t-shirt, and then go ahead and scan the QR code right there. By the way, I told you, we just keep working. Y'all guys, man, listen, you can't mess with the barbershop. We too extra. You can't do it. We got a winner. Yeah, Nike. We got another winner of the Nike Legend Tee giveaway. Artie Vale is the official winner of the Barbershop Nike Legend T-shirt giveaway. Use the code word hard work, because that's what we continue to put up, hard work. Hit us up, Artie. Congratulations. Hit us up. We will give us the information on how to reach us and get that out to you. And as always, we give a shirt away every single, ain't nobody doing that. We get a shirt away every weekend. Rest of y'all just showing up. What your people getting, we give something away, right? Artie Vale. Make sure you check that out. And that is courtesy of the barbershop. If you want to win a t-shirt, we give it away every Saturday. Scan that QR code, use the word "for." Get them likes up. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. Let's see. Let me get you this. I want to do this. Make sure you guys can check out tomorrow. Where are we at? Let me put my joint up here. Let me get my joint up here. Here we go. Make sure you check it out tomorrow. 2 p.m. You see what it is. We got the family in the building. Top 5. Me, Mom, Dad, Bryson, Trent. We got a nice show planned for y'all tomorrow. So make sure y'all pull up tomorrow, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Get your leftovers together. We're going to be talking about something. I got a nice game. We're going to do, and we're going to preview this today. Well, I'll preview it right now, but we're going to do a game where I got Bryson, Dad on the show tomorrow. Shout out to Dad. He on the show tomorrow. We're going to do a show where we're assuming Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback. And we're going to do a draft, a fantasy draft. And we're going to pick the best offense to go around them. We're going to go snake draft order where we go down just like a fantasy draft. Each person going to get 2 receivers. Each person going to get 2 running backs. And then each person get 1 tight end. The best 5 players, offensive playmakers to go around Shedeur Sanders. You can pick from anybody in the league. They go 1 by 1, no duplicates. And then the chat is going to vote on which offense is the best. So make sure you guys check that out tomorrow. If you want to become a member, join the shop. You can hit that QR code. And one of the things that we talk about is you're going to understand this. It's coming up quickly. Coming up quickly. Season is coming. Film review. Season is coming. Film review. We got the live stream will be here starting in August. Me and Tyvis will start up the film review going all the way through the season. So we'll be watching some old film from this year. We'll be watching the preseason game. We'll be watching some college tape. So that's a great place to get there and do the thing and get your money off. Let's see. Google form is not loading. It's saying it's deleted. Okay, we'll fix that. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all throwing that up there. So we'll refresh that, update that code, and then what we'll do is after the show we'll put it on the barbershop comment chat board, so you guys should be able to see that and click it. You guys will be, so we'll definitely make sure that happens. All right, so let's get to this. I started the show talking about. Could this be lit? Right? Cleveland is the epicenter of everything moving. And we've been talking about a lot of things in terms of LeBron James, how it moves. But for me, I'm going to be honest with you. It's some things moving around that I believe that will put the Cleveland Browns the Cleveland Cavs in a position to make Cleveland the littest city in the game. And it all starts with LeBron James coming back. Watch the level of energy when he came back the first time. Watch the energy. I ain't seen, you let me know what Cavs game been lit like this. This was his first introduction back for the Cavs. In 2014. They don't even got these lights no more. Where's these lights at? What stimulus package did the Cavs have where they got all these crimson glow sticks? What stimulus package is this? Huh? What stimulus package? They got the floor lit up a certain way. It's different. The money different. We'll drop a bomb. Drop a bomb. Bring that back. You got too excited. Bro, you can lie and say you didn't feel no electricity. You can lie and tell yourself, oh, that was just regular. You can try to tell yourself, I only really care if you show up or not. You'd have lost your mind. We super lit. This is going to be the epicenter. By the way, somebody said they don't have cap space. That's factually incorrect. They do have the cap space. It's the reason James Harden has not signed a contract, because he has to take less money in order to get LeBron here. That's neither here nor there. Cap space is not an issue. For me, I'm talking about it from a perspective of the city. See, I think sometimes they don't understand this. There's a reason why I don't care. I done already told you from Jump Street. It ain't about, yeah, I want y'all to win, but it's about putting the city on. How have I changed any of my rhetoric since y'all done know me? Since y'all done came into the infrastructure. I got people on here. We almost close to 50,000 subscribers. Almost close to 50,000. Tell me the time where I done ever switched up and I ain't never had my same thing. I said everything I'm about is putting the city on. I want the city to be up. I want, when you got to pull up in Cleveland, ain't no laughing and kiki and ha-ha. And you know when you come to Cleveland, the crowd going to be tremendous. The team effort going to be crazy. It's going to be box office, excitement, energy. You know I've been about that life. Even when Shedeur got here, I told him, I said, listen, he elevating the profile. The Browns about to be America's team. That's what I've been saying the whole time. And while we've been talking about that, we've been having people that's supposed to want Cleveland to win shooting it down. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're shooting it down. You can't have, you talk about LeBron and Shedeur at the same time? You serious? And by the way, let me tell you what is also different about Cleveland. Let me tell you also about what's different in Cleveland. That new Cleveland wave is different. That new Cleveland wave. I'm telling y'all, bro, that energy that you feeling, it's why it's 4th of July. It's 1,300 people in here, bro. Ain't no football news done happen. We're just anticipating to win. Ain't no football news happen. LeBron ain't said he was coming back, but let me tell you something. If you win in Cleveland, it's a different feeling than anywhere else in the world. Let me tell you why, because we actually care. It's the same reason there's people that watch other teams here, there, whether it's Dallas and they watch the blog. You know why? Because we really be caring. Ain't nobody, like if you in L.A., LeBron in L.A., he done won a championship in L.A., he done won a championship in Miami. Them folks down there is going to all white parties. Not all white people, but it might be all white people there. But it's all, like, I'm wearing all literal all white going to these parties with a bunch of rich people. They worried about meeting people for drinks and cocktail hour. They're not worried about what you doing in that arena. They come to the Lakers game because that's what you got to do at a Lakers game. If you're rich, you just go to the Lakers. If you're in New York, you're rich, you go to the Knicks. Hey, I'm going to go late to the Miami Heat game because it's fashionably to walk in late. When you in Cleveland, we do this preferably. That's all we got. That's all. Ain't nothing else we doing. In Cleveland, you got to earn your summer. Think about this. When you in Cleveland, it's cold for 8 months out of the year. It be getting dark at 4 o'clock. You got a whole frozen ice pond right in front of you. You got to bury and unshovel your stuff out. And then you get your little 2-3 months of sunshine, and then you right back to the cold. You got to earn your days off. That's why when it be hot outside and it's sunny, I don't be complaining, because you got 7-8 months of nothingness. It's different in Cleveland. If you win in Cleveland, it ain't no feeling like it. That's why I be telling people when the Browns get good and they throwing the wrist up when it's touchdowns. Come on, man. Can you imagine that? Going into October, the Browns is out here putting 30 points a game up. You got young dudes running around here and scoring touchdowns. America is looking, watching. They just saying the Browns is the funnest team to watch in the NFL. And then right when basketball season start up, you got Harden. You got Mitchell. You got Mobley. You got Allen. And then you bring LeBron in the mix? What? Hey, Miles, listen, just let Shedeur get them seats, though. We want that front row at the Cavs game go be lit. I wanted to take Rosie to go see the Cavs game front row. I don't even know if I got it now. Look, hey, Rosie, we got to figure something out. We might name babe, we ain't got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron back. You know what I'm saying? LeBron back, them seats. Can you imagine? The city is going to be on fire. Speaking of, that hashtag New Cleveland feeling, watch this. Don't tell me it ain't infectious. Don't tell me it ain't infectious. I ain't never seen LeBron do nothing like this in his life. This hashtag New Cleveland. When you start doing this, I got to turn this down halfway through. Remind me, because they got music playing in the back. I'm going to demonetize me, but watch this. When did LeBron start doing this? This is New Cleveland energy. So listen, by the way, he's playing Lloyd. Since when LeBron get in this bag? You and your karaoke bag? You out here dancing with the drink? Oh, yeah, we up. We up 10. Hashtag New Cleveland. He dapping up. Hashtag New, we up. We are up. We up 16 at halftime. What are you doing? When did LeBron get in this LeBron bag where you just dancing in clubs? You know why? It's different when you in Cleveland. We actually care about it. Now think about this. He went to it. You can't do that in LA. You can't do that in LA. You can't do that in Miami. He out here running. He out here driving around in the city. What is LeBron doing? Look at this.
As a potential destination date.
What are we doing?
I mean, of all the places in the world where he could come to the conclusion that he was going to be leaving the Lakers and telling the Lakers he was going to be leaving, it just so happens to be Akron, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm not going to say that's all of the clues right there, but we have to read the tea leaves here. I know that several members of LeBron's kind of inner circle are going to meet him in Ohio this week.
Facts. I'm from Canton. I already know. I know where you at. I done put some feelers out in the streets. He wasn't lying. They moving around. 4th of July weekend. We up. We up. Go ahead and finish this thing off and get it together and get to this training camp. We might have to do more episodes, Rosie. I'm looking at Rosie. She looking at me. She said they've been asking for more Final Cut shows and things of that nature. I don't know. I can't throw it out there like that, but maybe it might be well worth it to do some more shows. I'm just saying, let me know in the comment section if you down for that.
And I'm sure they continue to have a discussion about what the decision will be, but it could be the best situation.
You know why they're laughing? The insiders game be funny. You know why they laughing? You already know what it is. If G. Bush already got, you know what it is. Come on now.
Right down the road from where he grew up, 45 minutes from Akron, with the Cavs for a third stint. And really, I've followed this guy now for 12 years around the country. I've seen different fan bases, different arenas. The only place that accepts him, embraces him, celebrates him for everything that he is Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Facts. Do you understand? You ain't got to pay no attention to G. Bush, though. Don't tell him nothing, G. Don't let him know nothing. Don't let him know nothing. Let me tell you this, too. That Nike campaign, it's going to be big. You know how much Nike money going to be in the city? You know how much Nike, hey, shout out to Coach Prime, he got some new kicks coming out. You know how much Nike money in the city, though? It's a lot of Nike. A lot of Nike money floating around. You think they can't link up on the market? Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Y'all might as well, hey, the aunties, come on. Y'all might as well come on over here. The aunties and the uncles, y'all, listen, y'all might want to go ahead and just convert. I thought I was just going to make you, I was going to just hope that you made the conversion to the Browns. But y'all might as well go ahead and get these Cavs jerseys too. y'all might as well, you going to be in the city. You going to be in the streets already. You know what I'm saying? You already going to be over here watching with the wrist up. Come on now. Get you one of them jerseys. You know what I'm saying? You ain't let me tell y'all what, and they've been just dropping hints. They keep dropping hints. LeBron James is expected to choose his next team for 6 franchises. This is per Shams Charania. By the way, Shams don't be missing that. He don't be missing it all. Here you go. Lysandra Speak says, I get your point, but the Knicks celebrities are fans. Love you, but we not doing that. Leave New York out of it. I always tell y'all, listen, I give New York respect. I give New York respect because even the people like the Knicks fans, right? Like the Knicks fans that's celebrities. The Knicks was taking L's since the 70s. Like, it wasn't like they was home like fair weather. Spike Lee been watching these L's. Y'all got that work from the Bulls just like we did. You got to work from there. You know what I'm saying? So I respect them. They held it down, and y'all was traveling. They was traveling to San Antonio, and like I said, much respect to the Knicks. Y'all might as well go ahead and convert over, though. Y'all might as well do that. Cavaliers, number one, he not going back to Miami. Let me tell you why he ain't going back to Miami. Miami definitely not happening. Miami's not happening. Like, that's the Southern LA. He'd already been there. He won 2 championships, looked like he was unenthused. See, there ain't nothing like doing it while you at the crib. It's a different love. You can't go to the Nuggets. Like, that's too random. You just play for the Nuggets? Like, no, that's not even. The Sixers just got Jaylen Brown. You really can't even make that move. Timberwolves, you ended in Minnesota? You gonna end with LaMelo Ball? You LaMelo Ball and stop. The Warriors. That's the only relevant one to me. Relevancy. He does want to play with Steph Curry. He loves Draymond Green. They're friends. He loves Steve Kerr. He's always talked about playing with those guys. He played with Steph during the Olympics, and that's a thing too. That's a thing too. So the only 2 I got on here is the Warriors and the Cavs. But Rich Paul, you know what Richie said. Shout out to Rich Paul. This was a crazy podcast. If you haven't checked it out, go watch it.
To the C-Town. Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, Allen.
You know what was nuts? When I was hearing, when they looked like they were in on Jaylen Brown, and they were talking about, like Evan Mobley would have to be in that deal. I was like, wait, why would they give up? You want Evan Mobley if you're...
They wasn't giving up Evan Mobley.
Right,
You had to worry about that. But here's it again.
LeBron fits perfectly on that team.
By the way, Rosie, can you find out what microphones they got? These microphones is crazy. Let me find out that they got this audio stimulus package. We need those mics. We need those on top 5. We need those. We need to figure these mics out. That what he sound? Look at the baritone. I'm like, man, Max Kellerman sound like the voice of a archangel right now. I'm like, man, this is clear as heck. We got to figure that out.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Well, what this is why I'm asking you. And we'll get to the end. Dan and Grant, which is the Gilberts, plus Kobe. He was there when LeBron won there. Big X factor. Let me talk to you about Brandon Weems. Brandon Weems is basically LeBron's brother. I don't know if you knew that. Now, he worked his own way. Nobody gave him anything. He's earned to be in the front office of the Cavs. He was a grad assistant in Kentucky, Oakland, LaSalle. He did everything on his own. He worked his own way there, and we're extremely proud of him. That is a big feather in the cap. Big feather
in Cleveland.
Big feather because of Brandon Weems. Now, don't get me wrong. Dan and Grant and Kobe, we know them. I miss my guy, Nick Gilbert. I can only imagine what Nick Gilbert would be saying to me right now. Talk about the best guy to talk to. The best. Now, the negative is, and this is no offense to Harden, no Garland. Because he loves Garland like he loves Maxey.
You know, on the other hand.
And by the way, this was great marketing. Remember, Darius Garland is Rich Paul's client too. So he had to throw Darius Garland in and keep his name alive. Okay. But yeah. Now, people talk about this. 1,438 people in here. Happy holidays. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Quit playing. Let's go ahead and do this. A lot of people is running around saying that, oh my goodness, G. Bush, we can't even do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, it don't make no baseball, it don't make basketball sense. Stop playing with me. Like, no. Yes, it makes perfect sense. And we talk about it right here with the mentality. Right here on UCSS when we talked about this. Let's get it. There's this thought process that, the Cavs need to go get Jonathan Kuminga to upgrade the roster to make it look good. No. They don't all that go get somebody else to have him. No. LeBron is the missing piece. He's it. Because it's the mental missing piece, it's the physical missing piece, it's the championship experience. He can come in there and think about it. He knows what it is to deal with the responsibilities and all of the things that come with the responsibilities of being a dude in Cleveland. So right now, Donovan Mitchell, he can still talk about having basketball. You know what? I made it in life. He can have that. James Harden can say, yeah, I'm aloof. I ain't got to be a vocal leader. Guess what? It all goes to LeBron.
Yeah.
So now everybody could you can be silent. We don't need Evan Mobley to be a pull-up Kevin Durant player. Yeah. We need him to do what? Just like you said, he said Deion Waiters go in the corner saying, hey, block shots.
Yep.
Rebound, run the floor harder than anybody else.
Yeah.
And you and Jared Allen make sure that when they get to his back line.
And they will.
Hey, by the way, yeah, that's your job. LeBron James right now, he ain't gonna be playing no defense 40 minutes. Jared Allen, I need you to cover up for that. That's what your job is. Evan Mobley, you're gonna be moving around back there a little bit. It might be some dudes that get bashed, James Harden, but we'll figure that out. But that's the move. What are we talking about here? That's the move. And I'll say this. When you see the synergy of the way that thing moving, it's going to change a lot of minds. I really wish a lot of y'all could see the vision that I see. As a person who's from here, and as a person who sometimes, even for me, I never took things that seriously. I never would think at a certain point in time that your voice has any ramifications, that your voice could even be elevated where people would listen and pay attention to what you actually saying. And then I had to come to the conclusion that it's a certain thing about speaking things into existence. And this movement and the energy level that we're seeing right now is responsible for a resurgence of sports in this area. From the national perspective, it has always been looked at that Cleveland was a dumpster fire, a place to be laughed at, a place no one wants to come, no one wants to be here. Look at the way they talked about the job just from the perspective of Todd Monken. He took the worst job. None of these other young hotshots want the job. It's a bottom 5 job. It's a bottom 5 quarterback room. Why would LeBron ever come back here? He can go to Golden State. Let me just tell you something. Because it's something about people that is like-minded on a mission. The energy level is different. The people that they bringing in is different. Even the guys that they talking about, the guys around the program is thinking different.
Positive, the way I talk is if you show up, but deposits due every day. You either getting paid or you owe somebody. That's how I talk. So my job, we gonna get paid every single day. If you out there on the field with me, you getting paid or you getting your ass off. So Rudy know that, and so that's why he brought me here, because he ain't got to be in the huddle and he ain't got to be on the field. He know for a fact what it's gonna look like out there, and there's gonna be speed, and violence, and that's how I want my defense.
What? You see how these dudes talking? You see how they talking? They ain't playing around, bro. That energy is something. That energy is something infectious. It ain't just start with one person, another person. That energy level is here in the city. And we all owe our small little part. If you're going to complain, and we going to complain, and I complain too, that these folks, sometimes they don't want to give us no chance. They're always shading us. They always slighting us. The media is negative. Well, here's what you got to do. Ask yourself, everybody got a small part to play. Sometimes it's about pointing it out, but also it's about showing the other side and bigging it up. It's about showing the positive side. It's about showing if you go into the games, and you got to make it sure it's a home field advantage. So if you're going to be a person going to the games, your job is to get ready and make it hell on earth for the opposite team. If you in the media, your job is to, when these young dudes come in, show them love. Show them that the energy level is where it is. That's your job. The player's job is to put on and play like it's your last game. And what happens is when you start to get all three moving, when the ecosystem start moving, when people start getting behind and the synergy happens, it feeds on one another. You think LeBron James is willing to come anywhere back to Cleveland if he didn't already see an energy movement right now? You don't see that because how Shedeur Sanders wants to be in Cleveland, wants to be in the community, is out showing himself with, you think that don't got? That's why when y'all say, and I respectfully say this, the people that, when we drafted Shedeur Sanders, He on my team. I know we all want what's best for him, but every single time they sit up here and say, "Oh, we gotta listen, just trade him." Nope, absolutely not. Nah. I understand your sentiment, but absolutely not. You know why? Because I think this dude can change man, come on, man. You think I'm about to give people ask me all kind of questions. Hey, would you give a first round? I'm like, bro, I think this dude can really change the trajectory of the whole organization. What you talking to me about picks for? And why you talking to G. Bush about trading him somewhere? No, we're not trading him. We gonna all just be uncomfortable sitting here. All of us, me, the aunties, the uncles. No, because we trying to change what we trying to be around here. And that's a catalyst to being that. So right now, man, the bandwagon is open. Bandwagon is open. It's starting. It's starting. And it's going to be a great time to be alive. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time to be alive. Is you ready? I ask all the media people. They say, G. Bush, you drinking the Kool-Aid. Absolutely, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. What are you talking about? I've been doing that. I ain't never switched up. I was here when we was down 3-1. I was here doing the same thing when Shedeur was in high school, and I was white. I ain't never switched up. So yeah, we ready to go. All we need is a couple. So when y'all come on into town, the aunties and the uncles, hey, listen. Hey, Joe McKnight, that microphone is crazy. We gonna be doing some research on that later on today. That mic is stupid. I'm like, what kind of mic does he have? I don't know. That mic was a little longer. That was crazy, Paul. But never mind. That. So you set me up, Rosie. Why you talking? Have me out here looking crazy. All right, let's get to these super chats. We're gonna get y'all to these ribs and baked beans and all that good stuff. We just want to pull up on you something like we don't take no days off. Let's get to it. Let's get to some of the chats. Salute independent media, hashtag New Cleveland LeBron Shedeur, positive vibes only today. Hey, Aaron, we appreciate you so much. And it's going to be, listen, it's going to be the epicenter. DJ 97. Gee, I absolutely love every show on your platform. We need to have 2 or 3 days of the final cut, though. Keep doing your thing, my brother. I'm here for it. All things Rosie, hashtag New Cleveland, and the hashtag playoffs. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. Hey, we just trying. We trying some things out. We got to figure out the logistics, but we might be doing some extra shows out here. Let LeBron come on back. You stop playing around with me. Reprisal says, G, which game is the most important to Shedeur? His first preseason start or the first regular season game? And why? And why? I actually think, to me, neither. The most important game is the practice against the Bills. Because at that point, that's where like the scrimmages happen. And you're going against another team. You're going to go against the ones. It's in a control area. But they're going to be throwing a lot of stuff at you. And I think that is where the separation part will happen. More than anything, the first, I guess, preseason game, depending on how close the competition is, one person might get a half, one person might get a half. It's only 2 preseason games. So you're looking at a situation where it'll be important, but it's still, you want your best stuff to shine during those games where you're doing in the scrimmages with the Bill practice. Because he's going to be doing 7-on-7 against the Bills. He's going to be doing 11-on-11 with the Bills. So it's not going to be a thing where he's seeing his other team. That's going to be the first opportunity. So I think that's the most important. And then when you get to the season, my goal for the season is if the goal for me is to start Shedeur Sanders 17 weeks. So the goal is if he has to delay figuring out who the quarterback is, the thing you don't want to do is, Shedeur starting these first 3 games and then we're going to go to another quarterback in 3 games. No, you want him to be able to get out there and start 17 weeks to get a great idea of what he is in his progression and can he be the franchise quarterback. So for me, I think the Bills scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage is probably the most important. And then I would kind of go towards, by the second preseason game, chances are they already gonna know who the starter is. Now I do think is they got the first 2 games on the road. If the Browns can come out and split those games or be competitive, or if the offense looks good, I think that's also important too. The Real Night King, time for Grill Masters colorway flops on the ride. The Real Night King, we appreciate you. Big Snacks, 8818, or Big Snacks, sorry about that. Happy birthday, cuz. We appreciate you. Patrick Williams says, thank you for your service, brother. Thank you, you guys, so much. We appreciate everybody in their service out there. Mick Purnell, happy 4th of July. Everyone, let's cook. Indeed. We actually, to be truthful, by the way, it's hot outside. We not going to be outside cooking. We're just going to cook on the airwaves. We're not, man, it's crazy hot around here. Selmo Fudd, let us cook this season. You know the dog pound is our name. You know what it is, Selmo Fudd, as always. G. Bush, what the hell? You outside on the 4th of July? No, that was early this week, T-Storm. That was like a Monday or Tuesday. We went outside. Now, listen. If I'm outside, listen, I got to be getting a check. Like, if I'm outside, I got to be playing football. There's no way I'm not outside running on holiday. Then lost their mind. Almighty Law, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Welcome to the family. Hit us up at 5thdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, 5thdimensionmedia1@gmail.com, so we can get your shirt size and where to send it to. As you know, all members get a barbershop t-shirt. Tally Heat says, for those that aren't in college recruiting or Colorado football space, that is Duke's The Scoop, and that did the Boog interview. He's official and certified. Speaking of, let me go ahead and put that back up. Let me go ahead and put that right back up. Make sure y'all go check that out. That interview, he got it on his page. Go ahead and make sure you follow and salute Duke The Scoop on Instagram, on Twitter, and as well on YouTube to check the interview out. So if you can find it right here, shout out to Boog as well for pulling up, creating great content. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Great interview if you have not checked that out. Let's keep pushing. Black Angus, I just turned 50 this year and was out running with my son trying to get him ready for his senior year of football. My hamstring was like, keep messing around and watch what happened. Yeah, hey, you notice, hey, it was a little bit of a jog. It wasn't no G. Bush full out sprint. We ain't got that. There ain't nothing left in that one, bro. No, that was no. You know what I'm saying? That was not what it was. Like, and you 50. Shout out to the 50, man. You doing it, man. You got me by some time. So shout out to all of them that's just trying to stay in shape in their own way. Miss Duke, one of me says, G Breezy, Deshaun versus Shedeur reminds me of the fable, the ant and the grasshopper. Sometimes we wait too long to take things seriously. # New Cleveland. Sometimes in life, you notice your last hurrah. This is, and I respect it because you got to put everything you got in it. Don't leave nothing on the table. Don't look back and say, I wish I would have went extra hard. I would have, could have, should have. Nah, leave it all on the football field. So right now I commend them for pulling back up and trying to, put that work in. It's gonna be a real competition. Alexander Gallant, G. Bill, salute to you for standing on business, showing your work. Credibility is earned by actions. On that vibe. You're right. You know what I'm saying? This, it's just the way I think about it. Because I understand that as you continually grow, right? There's always things that you could possibly say. But there's certain topics and things I wouldn't do now because I understand the gravity of it. I could say something and be flippant and people take it and run with it. And people could take that as true life and real facts. Like, and I could have been half playing or doing it. So that's why I try to think about what I say. And more than anything, I try to put myself in the mindset of, man, if you're going, you much is given, much is required. You got to put the work in. If I'm going to sit here and criticize somebody about what they ain't and what they is, I gotta remind myself that this is people's livelihood. And there's so many things that they do behind the scenes just to even get themselves prepared to play and put their talents on display for me to critique it. So I got to handle that with a level of respect, a level of honor, right? Because you got to respect what they put in on the football field, no matter whether or not the outcome is there. I respect what you put into it. So I had to remind myself, nah, bro, it actually keeps me grounded. It keeps me from being like, I'm going to be a hot take machine. Nah, bro, every single day you got to renew what you're thinking about too. Lindsay Away, one of the biggest fake news was the lie about Sorsby always being top. That was crazy. That was crazy. Being a top contender for 2020. Stop. He was never in that contention, at least bit. Where all the clips before the draft. Kudos to Auntie Faye for reviewing prior to 2026 draft Cleveland and the national media clips. There was no talk of Sorsby. There was no talk. Nobody, he had no buzz. No, his name was not being mentioned as a top 3 quarterback in the draft. No, that was never a thing. Love seeing Shedeur bring along his crew, his guys for the hike. He sounded at peace and centered. That's the, you could tell he's really, gone on a spiritual journey and really found a level of peace with everything I think happened last year too. I think it's just too, and that's a lot. People mature when they go through things. Did they cook? Mary Kay is absolute worst. Shout out to Mary Kay, man. Shout out to Mary Kay. Nate Easley, please don't let Jason Lloyd off the hook. I don't think nobody I think the hook ain't no hook. Look, I'll be always cracking up. It don't be me. It be them. Y'all don't let nobody off the hook. Nobody. So I don't got to do that. We cool. Sapper Daddy, I need the Final Cut crew at training camp. I need the real coverage because the Cleveland media is clearly anti-success for this team. Keep them honest, G. Bush. I'll be at camp. Don't even worry about that. I'll be at camp. Don't even worry about it. I'll be in the mix. So, I was at training camp last year. I'll be at training camp this year. So, Bianca, the draft is what did it for us. We will never stand by and let a lie go unchecked. And Cleveland media hates. He has his own supporters that can't be bought. Yeah, that draft situation was wild work. They said they ain't seen nothing like Shedeur supporters, but I think a lot of people ain't never seen nothing like that draft coverage. And then throw on top of it, he was getting prank called after that. After that, it was just like, yo, come on. G. Bush, keeping your boot on the neck. I can't wait for the 2 wrist up this season. B. Price, thank you so much. We appreciate the super chat. Neil Gray says Shedeur is embracing the challenge, the competition since last season, beating out Flacco, Cam Ward, Rodgers, Burrows, Geno Smith, outplaying Josh Allen, the MVP. He ain't scared of Watson. He respect him. I think we did a good job over here, too, of telling people what it was going to be. We told them ain't no divide and conquer. As much as y'all try to be inflammatory and, Watson, you started off with Watson was going to win. And then you started off with, oh, Watson looks bad. Oh, no, listen. We told y'all over here, y'all didn't want none of them to play. We already highlighted the fact it was going to be a very tough offseason for people because you know not really enthused with playing either one of them. So I think we kept it fair. Like, yo, and we wasn't trying to eliminate the quarterback competition. Sassy Southern Creations ATL says the next step was to show the work. CP always getting his point across with the most unexpected people. Shedeur got it from his daddy. Yep. Coach Prime really like that. Really is shut a bunch of stuff down because in that story that Jalen Ramsey was talking about, he played for the Steelers. He's a Florida State alumni. You know what I'm saying? One of the best corners to come out of Florida State. Obviously, Coach Prime, one of the top athletes, period, ever to go to Florida State. So when he describing how he trying to go about disguising stuff, and he just breaking it down like that, and he ain't got no incentive to cap. He plays for the Steelers, and the Browns and Steelers are bitter rivals. What are you talking about? That shut down everything. Shut down a lot of stuff. Like Angus says, gee, when you ask why, there goes go to the high league sources. Hey, you really can't even do that no more, though. You can't do that, though. This is why it hit differently. Because this is why I always tell people, show your work. League sources can't never stand up to when you giving somebody concrete bullet point. You can say league sources, but I can rattle off 5 or 6 names that been on camera, on the record saying it. League sources, like this is the defensive back that played against him last year. It don't equal up. Grown man bars is something you're gonna have to deal with. No matter how many fabricated lines you spit, it ain't gonna equal up to this real ish. Yeah, grown man bars. Get them likes up. T-Storm, we appreciate you, man. Rallying the troops. I think your PSA is marketable product for all athletes, starting with the Pee-wees. It's an awesome message. Is there any truth that Dylan Gabriel was waived? I didn't see Dylan Gabriel get waived. Has Dylan Gabriel been waived? I don't think he got waived. I haven't seen that. But Miss Sunny, I thank you and appreciate your super chat. Because I believe in those principles. You know, like we watch football all the time, and I think we diminish what the impact of football can have on people. Because there's certain things that never leave you. You know what I mean? Like the competitive nature. Like there's a side of me that even is the more and more you get successful, the more and more you question yourself. I need stuff to ground you, right? That's why as you know, even when you always gotta have something that keep you relevant, that down to earth. That's why I'm always around my family. I'm always like, if you see me, I really ain't with I ain't by myself or doing nothing. Like I'm either with my family or my wife or I'm with somebody, because I understand that the higher you go, the more extra come with that. So you need stuff that discipline to ground you. Just to say, okay, now I got to have a purpose outside of what I'm doing here. Some of us says 50 Mitchell Media doing big things in Cleveland. You better tap in, man. We listen. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate everybody, man. Don Walk, thank you for being a member. Tomorrow gonna be lit. Make sure y'all check that out. 2 p.m. Come on back here. We're gonna have a great conversation. We're gonna do my dad will be in the building. We're going to do a draft. We're going to see who put the best, you know what I'm saying, who's going to put the best roster together in this fantasy draft between my brother, Bryce, and Trent. Shout out to the top 5. Make sure y'all pull it up, man. We want to thank y'all, man. Let me just be honest with you. The reason I love top 5 is it shows there's value for good, solid football conversation. It shows there's a place in the industry for family content. We are a football family. So my mom and dad grew up. My dad was always the coach, either was baseball, basketball, whatever the case may be. And my mom was always driving us to all kind of practices. She would go from college to go back to watch my brother in high school. So these conversations we having about the Browns and football is just something that we just do naturally. And a lot of people is really, they're like, bro, T. Bush got his mom and her dad on the show. This is crazy. Like, who puts their mom and dad on the show? And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I felt like, you know, there's a lot of times in Black America where, you know, the family structure, the family unit is always being poked at. The family structure, the family unit is always being, oh, you ain't got no dad in the house. Or anytime something happens, it's because of the, you know, it's single parent moms and you know, but what I wanted to show was, nah, bro, when you see me, I'm going to take my mom and dad everywhere. When I go to the Emmys, they going too. when I do a show, they going to sit up there and talk with me too. My brother's going to sit up there and talk with me. Like, I'm just showing another side of the industry. And it just shows that not just because it's a family structure, they know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? They really be studying this stuff. They really take it seriously. So I love showing different angles. And top 5 is completely different from Final Cut. When me, Earl, and Tyvis. And Final Cut is completely different from the Barbershop Live, right? So I try to give you, you know, just different levels and layers to it. So we appreciate it. And just for those shows with your mom and your dad to do the level of views they do, 10,000, 16,000, another 16,000, and people showing up to support on a Sunday is a blessing. So thank you guys for supporting, and thank you guys as well. And I got to show this again, because this isn't a badge for me. This is a badge for y'all. And it's a badge for everybody out there, because the way we move in, the way you guys support the content, the way you show up and you subscribe and you like and you share and you hype, like, you guys really be supporting. And so for me, it's great to see this, because this is a channel award. It's a channel award. Let me pull this up, and again, this is for the second time. Let me see. Here we go. Think about this. The Barbershop is in the top 10% of creators. Among creators, 10,000 to 50,000. That's in the world. In the entire world. And it's because of your passion, of your energy, for your enthusiasm, for just, that's not, it's, you can't make this up. You can't make it up. Like, the feeling and vibe, you can't, it's special over here. You cannot make it up. And it just goes to show you that if you are authentic and you try to grow a grassroots approach where you respect and try to grow a community, you could do great things, especially if God add the increase and bless you. So I want to thank every single, this two times in a row. This is two months in a row. We've done tremendous things. So I want to thank every single member, every single person who watched the video. If you liked it, we appreciate you guys, man. We appreciate the heck out of you, man. Sapper Daddy said, just watch the D-balls he threw to Bond. You'll see him catch his safeties rotating for a cover 2 to cover 1. And yeah, he did. And the safety took off running on that play. on that seam route to Judy during the Texas or the Titans game was a mix of cover 3 with a safety playing the buzz. He looked off and caught him in the flat for 6. You see what I'm saying? Levels to it, Sapper. You see what I'm saying? You see how you explaining that? A lot of people that's doing this for a living can't even, they don't even know what you was talking about. But that's a blind spot for us. But here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Shout out to FB Teams. I saw him the other day and was breaking out with the film. And he said something. He said, yo, drop that film then. I said, okay. He said, if you feel like somebody ain't doing what they supposed to do, drop that film. You go ahead and tell us why he ain't doing it. And I smile because you know what I always think about is this. There's a new generation of people that are coming up. And it's somebody somewhere that's the new G. Bush. That's colder than G. Bush. It's somebody somewhere right now that's in front of a Fisher Price camera talking to themselves. And they cold, talented, got the perspective. Man, it's a bunch of people coming up every single day that is taking the torch and moving it further. The conversation is getting further. The skill set is getting more dynamic because they growing up and they know it's different. They coming up with the receipts. They coming up with the graphics. They coming up with understanding. I've been seeing the ecosystem in independent media, and I've been just super proud about the growth. I'm seeing people linking up doing shows. I'm seeing people creating, doing intros. I'm seeing people's graphics get better. I'm seeing people's content get more concise. I'm seeing people develop their own specific identity, their roles, what their personalities like. And I'm watching it every single day, and I'm like, man, I'm proud to see what the independent media is doing because everybody working on their game. Ain't nobody sitting idle. Everybody bringing something different to the table. You know what I'm saying? And more than anything, they supporting it. They supporting it. You know what I'm saying? People supporting each other. You ain't seeing people going back and forth at each other. You ain't seeing people be like, oh, who this new person? Oh, this new cat got about 20. Who this dude you getting off? Nah. Everybody is like, salute. People is showing love. And I think I think that is very important as the movement continues to grow, because the one thing that you got to do is you better stick together, because if not, they're gonna try to get you up out of here. That's why I'm very particular on the way I move. I treat everybody with the same level of respect, whether you Stephen A. Smith, Jay Crawford, I don't know, whoever it is, or you got 10 subscribers and you trying to get to your first 100. I don't treat nobody differently. David Walker, quarterback wins games, not analytics. Show your work. Aaron says, LeBron 2 championships in Cleveland is better than Kobe's 5 chips. Did Shedeur win? Then Shedeur win the Super. Let me just say you something. Shedeur winning a champ. You gotta understand, bro. The Browns winning the championship is the Browns. I just want to know what the jerseys look like on Super Bowl Sunday. Think about that. We ain't even never been there. Y'all be taking for granted, bro. We ain't never even seen no Super Bowl Sunday. They've been running it since 64, 65. Think about it. Think how long the Super Bowl is. It's 2026. They've been having Super Bowls since the mid-'60s. Your team ain't never seen it. Come on, man. We done lost relatives, generations of relatives that never saw it. My grandpa didn't see it. His grandfather didn't see it. My dad didn't see it. My dad did watch the championship, but I tell him it don't count. Gotta stop you right there. I get your point, but the Knicks celebrities are real fans. Love you, but we not doing that. Leave New York out of it. I will say they've been tortured a lot. The fan, like, it was cool to see all of the Knicks people go crazy, right? There's something to be said for that fan base because they've been tortured a lot in terms of not winning. Alice Bracey, thank you so much for becoming a member. Make sure you hit us up at fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com. FIFTHDIMENSIONmedia1@gmail.com. Let us know where to send your shirt and what size you is, and we'll get you squared away. G. Bush, Patrick Williams says, G. Bush, he ain't going to Miami. Pat Riley took them cookies off the plane. That ain't happening again. Yeah, when he took them cookies, it was over. You notice D. Wade ain't say nothing. Dwayne Wade was like, no. Nah, he ain't coming back. When Pat Riley took them cookies, he said, bro, you doing too much. Ain't nobody about to be going back down there doing all that. Ms. Bell, almost missed you. If LeBron goes to play with Steph, then I'll become a fan. You see, Ms. Bell, you be playing around. You better not go play with Steph. You better not do it. Mick Purnell says, we just need Bron to come back and be a leader. That's it. Come back and be salute. We out here cooking. Stephen Powell, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Thank you so much. We appreciate you as always. And welcome to the family. Bezos. The Bezos says the Browns have so many dogs. Hashtag New Cleveland. Listen, we on the fourth cook. Ms. Bell says, do you Cleveland fans have any idea of what a nephew and LeBron and Cleveland together would mean? They seem to not understand what they have. Ms. Bell, they don't know. They don't know. I know LeBron watched this. Stop playing around, LeBron. I know you watch. That's why every single time I'm on UCSS, I talk directly to him. I talk directly to him. Just like I talk to Jerry Verse. You know what we do over here in the barbershop. By the way, shout out to LeBron. He got a show called The Shop. Hey, listen, let us eat over here, LeBron. We from the same city, almost. 330 in the building. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, it's different over here. You know good and well, all we need you to come back to do is get locked in. See, I know you got another level. I done seen you. I done watched you since 02, 03. I went to Ken McKinley. I played basketball. I done watched you at St. Vincent. I know the levels of you. I was there in Jar Arena when you was doing all kind of reverse windmills, bro. Come on now. Let me just tell you something. I know it's another level. They done counted you out. I know it ain't the same in L.A. It ain't the same in L.A. You got Luka and Reeves and all them. Bro, you come in here, you can get Evan Mobley together right now. You get Jared Allen together right now. Come on now. You got a closer in Donovan Mitchell. And more than anything, it was a point in time in your career where you felt you couldn't catch Jordan. I'm going to tell you what. I think you feel like you can catch him. You can catch him. Let you come back here and win a championship. You tie Kobe up. You don't need it. You got all the money in the world, bro. Forget the money. You get you one of them. Come on now. You and Shedeur in the same place at the same time. And I know you're a Cowboys fan, but you know Prime paid for the Cowboys. So buy vicariously You need to go ahead and get down to the stadium too. We trying to convert you. The prime connection is there. We got so many Dallas Cowboy fans that listen to the barbershop. Come on back and get it done. Yeah, I know you watching. You know what it is. Enjoy your 4th of July. We need to have that. We need to have an announcement like on Wednesday or Thursday because we got some things to plan out. Neil Gray says Monkey will be coach of the year with the 9-10 win season. You give us 9 wins. We might y'all making me do more shows. 9 wins. Come on now. T-Storm. It's a different vibe and attitude in the building. I feel the Browns will be better and win more games because they actually will be playing to win. And here's the thing. They're actually going to be playing for one another. They're actually going to be playing for a greater, like, see, that's the thing when you don't want to have two competing stimuli. I love the way Jared Verse came in here and was talking because I told Jared Verse, look, bro, they got you up out of there. They treated like you, like I no disrespect, Myles Garrett, one of the best players I've ever seen, one of the greatest of all time, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. Why can't you go out and get 12, 14 sacks? You got the talent. Let's see it. Let's see it. It's up to you, dog. You want to shut people up, shut them up. Life's beautiful and grand. Both nephews in the city. That's crazy work. Man, we up. Man, I done already started. I told Rosie, I said, I got to get, listen, I thought I was going to be done. You know, listen, I get clothes like I'm still a layaway baby. I am a layaway baby. What does that mean? When we grew up, we had 3 boys. We go to Value City. It was a store called Hills. Y'all let me know if y'all got a store called Hills. We would Value City, Burlington, Coat Factory, TJ Maxx used to have a layaway. Man, my mom will go get us these things. We put it on layaway. Pay a little something down. You pay a little 20%. Pay that layaway off. You get that clear bag. Bring it back to the crib. You got your bag for school, right? Because you accumulating. We start putting the layaway in at the end of the summer, like the beginning of like school. So we were shopping school clothes in June when school is out so that we can get some more clothes ready to go in like September. So we laying away stuff, right? We like, let me put this away, put this away, put this away. Man, I said, LeBron coming back? I had to upgrade my fits. I said, nah, you know I'll be playing in my fits around like football season. I was like, yeah, I'm doing bleach report. I'm on 5 days a week. I got to have new fits every day. Man, I had to go back to the store yesterday. I said, man, you ain't about to get me. Man, it's about to be lit out here. We on. David Walker, need a show on Tuesday. Call it the midday or the midi. Steven Jackson, I believe you, G. You haven't been wrong yet. Not saying I can't be, but I'm just saying. J Max says, hey, G, you know that Ohio has 7th biggest economy in the union, 650 billion GDP. People don't sleep on the Midwest. They get a lot of money. It's a lot of opportunity. I'm looking at the opportunity. Bars gonna be jumping, restaurants, concessions, transportation, Uber, the influx at the airport, a lot of money, hotels, coming in, coming out, flying in, flying out. That's a great stimulus package. And we need every bit of it in the city of Cleveland. We need every bit of it. G. Bush, any update on you and Duke's going to do a collab show? We can work on that. I got, so here's what's coming up. I got me and Auntie Faye gonna link up. We're gonna link up within, I believe, in the next couple of days. We're gonna try to do it another week. So that's on the thing. But you know me, I'm all down for all kind of collaborations. You know what I'm saying? So that's another name that I got on the mix. That's another name that I'm trying to get to. Hit me. I might hit him up on Twitter. We figure something out. But I got a lot. I'm trying to do some class because what I really want to do, and y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. I really want to do come probably at the end of July. I want to get all of the, you know what I'm saying, the independent media and a lot of people on to do a preview. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be like a Browns preview, like 10, 12 hosts in 10, 12 days, where you guys tune in and I just it could be boom, 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 boom. Everybody get in. We do like an hour show and we preview it, right? And then we get all the names. So we do 10, 12 names and we just kind of go before training camp to figure out, okay, what you think the Brown season going to be. Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comment section. Tally Heat says, would love to see Daniel Ofusi on the Final Cut. We can work that. We definitely get that. That's light. Matter of fact, we're gonna work that. Say less. Yeah. Somebody said Deshaun Watson was on site practicing. Leo at NI25 nephew was practicing at home in his official NFL field. His dad built. And you know it's kind of crazy though. I think Deshaun Watson got enough money he could build a field too. I think he ain't hurting. Real Night King received my shirt. Big ups, NC Barbershop. Thank you. We appreciate you, my guy. You got your stuff. I love the fact listen, we be getting them out, man. We ain't gonna miss nothing. Mr. Johnson said outside of the quarterback battle when training camp starts, the battle I'm looking forward to is that wide receiver battle. Who's in and who's out? Hey, you dead right. That's gonna be one. You know who? I thought I'd never say this. Cedric Tillman, Jerry Jeudy, Isaiah Bond. Which one of those guys is going to kind of step up and take that role? I always thought when a new coach come in, there's always one or two guys that's going to really, really stand out, or a couple of guys that's going to fall back a little bit. So far, it's been Isaiah Bond. That wide receiver battle is going to be a thing. DeJuan Key. Congratulations on 1 million monthly views. Your sincerity, honesty, and fact-proving approach is why the show. That's why we show up for you and Rosie. Even if I miss a live, I still come by to watch, like, and even share. Cook, G, and Rosie. See, you know, that's I don't look. It's kind of one of them things where it's like I look at it like it's so it's all of us. Like it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? We you know, we've been moving, and I think the thing I'm so happy about with the barbershop is I used to say to myself, there's sometimes I thought I would never really make it big because I thought my content wasn't never going it wouldn't resonate with a larger group of population. I believe in telling the truth. Some people don't do that. Sometimes I'm unapologetic. Some people don't do that. I like to talk about a bunch of things. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I want to talk about science, and I talk politics. I talk art. I talk history. I talk math. I talk all those things. They say, listen, you going over heads, or you doing, I like battle rap. I want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I want to do shows with my family, or, you know, I do a show with my wife. Some of these things you think it's a cap on that because, you know, but it proves though that if the people mess with you, it's the people. It ain't, you know, it's the people. The platform is for the folks. And one thing that I pride myself on is I don't shy away from conversations. I don't We have conversations, tough conversations. I'm not above reproach. I tell you all the time, do your own research. Don't listen to G. Bush every time I say something. And I think that when you see the barbershop logo, if I'll never go national, as long as I got that the logo, that barbershop logo means something. It stands for something. And I thank people for investing in a community effort. Damn, Remo says, wanted to give some memberships, but couldn't figure it out. Gonna do some research, LOL. Anyone who I'm ready to preseason and see the Browns tee off on somebody the World Cup ain't moved me. Hey, man, I can't wait for it. I can't wait. And that's why one of the things that y'all been talking about, we gonna be at camp. Speaking of, you see we got the schedule, right? We got the schedule. We gonna be out here. We gonna be out here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 open practices. So you can tell when I be looking, they're like, G Bush, we need you at practice. So that's what we on. That's what we on. We appreciate you. New member, Randy Hicks. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit us up at 50dimensionmedia1@gmail.com. And we'll get you out your shirt to you. G. Bush, it will be ironic that LeBron met Shedeur and Travis when Shedeur was playing at Colorado. That's a full circle moment for both in Cleveland. It's going to be full circle when he on that sideline. See, LeBron, you might as well convert, bro. You know, LeBron, he's a Cowboys fan. He's a Cowboys fan. He's a Yankees fan. But I think I got a feeling he gonna talk that Browns stuff. Talk that Browns. I saw motherfucker G. Bush. If you bring any Cleveland media, make it happen with Cameron Justice. So we got Cameron. That's easy. That's easy money. It's easy money. That's easy. Daniel and Cameron Justice. I've been knowing them for ever. There you go. Shout out to Cam Justice on winning an Emmy. This is her second Emmy. She won at the Emmy Awards when we were there. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Anita, congratulations, G. You have been real from day one. Love the preview show idea. And D from Off the Record did the list. He's up and coming independent media. And he would be a fire addition. Hey, let's do it. D, let's do it. We're going to get this going. If I want to say something, this is the time. Be locked in because we're going to have, as you know, we've been putting out a lot of content, pumping out a lot of content, putting out a lot of stuff. It's going to ratchet up here. I'm telling you it's going to ratchet up here because we're going to start to do those joints with a lot of people from independent media. And then we're going to get to our film sessions. Me and Ty is going to start that in August. We're going to work our way up. We're going to be at training camp. We're going to be doing our lives after training camp. So make sure you subscribe, man. If you're not subscribed and you don't know about the channel, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. When the season comes, we give you a pregame show and a watch party throughout the show. Then we go do UCSS post game. Then we come back for the barbershop. So we're going to be giving you content. Tuesday, we're going to come with the members only. So members only, all 22. So for me, it's going to be a great opportunity to get in where you fit in right now. You can subscribe and just make sure you subscribe. A lot of people say, G. Bush, I missed the live. I missed this. Make sure you hit that notification bell right there. You can subscribe on the left-hand side for free, or you can become a member. Members get a free barbershop t-shirt. They get members priority live stream comments. As you see, all those comments that we have, those are our members. Miss Bell, all the people that you see right there on the net, they get priority. We play their comments. Exclusive members content, we've done that as well. Early access to videos, behind the scenes access, we do that a lot. We gave you behind the scenes a video of how we do top 5 and those things as well. But all 22 is going to be a great thing. So we doing it. We give you the Saturday morning live stream, final cut, top 5. Fifth Dimension Media is moving. So we want to thank you. Hit that QR code and we'll get it done. Love all of you guys. Let me move this out the way. Love all of you guys. Don Walk 5179. Don Walk 5179. Let me see. Do I got my thing? Let me pull this up. I'll put it in the chat right now. Let me see. Email. Watch this. If you haven't members only email and here you go. So I'm gonna put this in here for me. If you have not gotten your members only shirt, email us at fifthdimensionmedia1@gmail.com. There you go. I'm putting it in the chat right now. This goes for everybody. That link that is in there, I just put it in the chat. You should see that pop up. Go ahead and use that, and then we'll get back to you. We should have that up by the end of the day. Bev Skid, good afternoon, nephew. Garrett and Rosie, happy 250th birthday, USA. Hey, chat, greeting from Colorado. Auntie P from Maryland. All of us keep praying, chat, for number 2 in the fam. We want to thank you so much. And thank you guys for pulling up today on a holiday. So we want to thank you guys for just being so attentive. Let us know if you didn't get your shirt. Also, pull up tomorrow, 2 p.m. We got another show ready to go for you. Let the barbershop cook with y'all all 4th of July weekend. Hey, we want to thank you guys. Make sure you stay safe out there. If you're going to do some fireworks, make sure it's professional. You're under supervision. Keep the kids out the way and at least come back safe and sound. With that being said, we want to thank each and every person out there. And if you want the fresh cut or the final cut or the final word or anything when it comes to this New Cleveland movement, you got to hit your boy G Bush up because I keep the Clippers with me.